Hey, it's Jim, and we're going to look today at the Glion Balto in more detail. Side shot on the Glion Balto with garden beds in the back. General specs comes in a little lighter than advertised, which is nice to see. Metric and standard US weird units below. Good wide handlebars. All the switches are easy to use and reach while riding. The brake lever is a simple 4-finger lever over there. Unlocking hinge. Very solid mechanism. Got the rubberized deck there and the cover for where the seat goes and the roof ender. 12 by 3-inch tires. Real nice and solid tires. The deck is nice and wide, but not super long, and those parts do encroach a little bit with 120mm rotors there in the back. Water bottle battery there on the front of the scooter with lock and key. Comes with a 2-amp charger. Front 250-watt motor. Good look sliding, panning back through there to see it's a solid looking scooter. Removable rear rack for mounting the basket. A little nighttime view with the headlight. Nice turn signals. We out. So this is it sitting in its upright dolly type format that Glion has been known for some of those other scooters. So you can see it's pretty stable when it's sitting there in that format, and it has a place to put the seat. And then of course the basket doesn't really fit on there, but I just have it over to the side. I'm just going to quickly show you how to unfold the scooter. It's a little tricky, and it's definitely not a scooter that you're going to fold up really quickly to get onto like mass transit or anything. This is more a convenient storage kind of solution in my mind, and I would kind of just leave it in its unfolded state most of the time. This is right about 50 inches tall to the tallest point. When I unfold it, I'll throw a bunch of dimensions of the scooter on the screen. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the battery, which is that water bottle style. Pops in there. Make sure and lock it in with the key. And the strap's a little finicky to pop around and pop into place. I've been keeping the key just on one of the cables up here. So there's a clip-in point here where where the bottom 2 halves clip in. So you hit that little switch. You have to take the seat out of the way. Now the whole scooter hinges around this point. So when you do this, this kind of drops down. And to me, this is the easiest way to do this. So you turn your handlebars, correct orientation. Pop it up, and then you just tighten down this this little handle on the folding mechanism. To unfold, you have to do this, and then this is spring loaded, so it's got a little extra safety in it to let it fold. And then what I do, I fold it in this position by bringing this up and locking it into place, and that to me was a lot less problematic than kind of the way I saw it in the diagram. So then of course the final thing you need to make it go is you have to take off this rack. So its platform rack becomes, you kind of have to lift this up a little bit. There we go. So usually the rack is back here. So when I'm gonna go fold it, I set this down on the ground like this. Actually wheels out, and then pull it up and set down with the tabs. And this is what slides into there, and then put those down to secure it. To put this back on, this goes in that groove. You slide this right over the little places it's made for. Hold it down while you pop that into place. Now we're set. I'm not going to ride it with the seat, but you can see it inserts quite a bit, and it goes way down through the frame of the scooter. And of all the seats I've tried, I'll demonstrate here for you, it just doesn't move. Like, it's real solid. So the basket is simply 4 Velcro straps. Pop it on the rack and just Velcro it into place securely. Being you're using Velcro, there's a pretty low weight limit on the rack. I think they said 25 pounds. I'll correct that on the screen if there's a different measurement. I would advise, if you're going to be doing a significant amount of weight in the back of this, in the rack, that you probably use maybe a hose clamp or something a little more stout than the Velcro. The Velcro seems to do a fine job. We're out here on the Balto. I got my bags on there. Gonna go over to the farmer's market real quick and just give you a little idea how this thing rides. All right, here we are on the Glion. We got the locking grips, a little control pad. You hold a couple seconds for that to turn on. One tap turns on your headlight and your under deck lights. Throttle here that is live from a stop. Fast and slow, turn signals, and horn, and gigantic mirror. You also could hang a bag here on the clip where it folds in together. You could have a little grocery bag hanging off there.
Or your MERS.
Huh?
Or your MERS.
MERS. How is it?
Pretty cool.
All right. So the Glion's deck here is kind of, it's wide but not very long, especially with the way the frame comes in. You say, so side by side is really the real way you ride this thing. So we're here, this is it topping out in S, which I assume must mean slow. So it feels like maybe we're going 10. That motor, you can hear it's a little on the whiny, noisy side, 250 watt motor. Though it did pretty well acceleration wise. So Milo's up there on a kit bike I put together with a Bafang kit, and Sarah over to the right here is on a Ride 1-Up bike that I'll be reviewing really soon. So we just have the single rear brake with 120 millimeter rotor on here. So the braking's adequate. You can lock up the brake, lock up the tire, but the braking isn't like anything that's gonna wow you necessarily. Fast mode top speed is here. So this is pretty much right off the charger. I got somewhere in the max about 18.5 miles per hour. Let's see what we're seeing here. Even though there's no suspension, these 12-inch by 3-inch tires do a pretty good job on the comfort. So I think the biggest detractor while riding the Balto is that noise. It's actually pretty fun to carve around on it. You know, even though it looks more like a mobility scooter, it feels pretty zippy and fun. The side-by-side riding standing position is pretty nice. I didn't notice when trying to kick off if you're trying to help it from a stop with this basket on there. My back of my leg does hit the basket. So if I was riding for more like just for fun riding, I would take that basket off and just have the rack. Plus the basket weighs a couple pounds, seat weighs a couple pounds, so you end up getting a scooter that's, you know, more in the low 40-pound range when you have that stuff off the back, because it makes you just a little more light and nimble feeling. You could take up that platform rack too. I'll actually put what the weight of that is and what the lightest weight you can get down to would be. Now those three battery bars don't give you a whole lot of information. I did a couple range tests, and I came in quite a bit below the advertised range, but I got somewhere at 11 miles. I went a few miles after I got to 1 light of battery, and it's just real difficult. If you've looked at electric scooters, you've probably thought about range anxiety, and only having these 3 indicator lights. Once you get to 1 light, it's really hard to keep pushing it, because electric scooters, you want to actually be kicking them home. So I didn't test a full no charge range just because of that. The Balto does have turn signals, but they work with the lights not on, but they aren't super visible at the daytime. They are really great at night, and I'll put in some night footage on just how this thing works at night. It's probably the best turn signal setup I've seen. So it doesn't take very long to get that drop of 1 bar, like 1 light when you're under power. It really only takes like about a mile, and I think that kind of really adds to that little bit of range anxiety that I do feel when get on this scooter. Of course, it'd be easy enough to buy a second water bottle battery from Glion, and that would give you that security. Then you start getting in the price point when you include that other battery of scooters that will go 25 miles on a charge, which like getting an 11, 12 at my weight with 1 battery, I think it'd be pretty safe to say I could get 20 to 25 miles having that second battery available. Glion Balto hill climb, Banister Hill. 3, 2, 1. It's working pretty hard. A little hard to keep it in a straight line. I think we'll make it though. There we go. Well, thanks for joining me on this look at the Glion Balto. I'm going to try that again. All right, thanks for joining me on this look on the Glion Balto here. It's actually kind of fun to ride with a seat on it. I feel like I'm on a real fast mobility scooter. But for the price point of this thing, it's got some features that are fun. I like the size of the wheels particularly. I like the extra accessories it comes with. You might not be able to see at the moment, but it's got a lot of stuff that you might not expect for the $699 price. So hopefully you like this video. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe, do all that business, and we'll see you on the next one, and see you soon.
Catch the wave, feel the